What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fan Fridays. Today's fan deck is Tezzeret's Revenge. Whoops, crap. Lower there you go, the volume. Get everything situated how I want it today. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. Is today the, are people still working today, technically? I guess people would be, huh? Wish Master Tinker was in this deck. Maybe. So one of the things I want to talk about before we get into the matches is I kind of picked this deck based on how much fun it was, but also that I wanted to talk about and kind of recommend some changes to it too. So, like you have right here, you have lots of white sources. We can just kind of sort by color real quick. Lots of white sources, lots of blue sources, very little black, and of course the splash black source. One of the things that I was running into while playtesting this deck for the stream today was that we have so many buddy lands and fast lands here. We have 12 of them in total, 4 Concealed Courtyard, 4 Drowned Catacomb, and 4 Glacial Fortress, and not enough regular lands, or another Aether Hub here, or even like a Evolving Wilds, something to help us as far as kind of speed up our land base here, because what's going to happen in most games, especially Game 1, is that we're going to be running into a situation where a lot of our lands are coming in tapped, and we're going to turn behind everybody, so... You're working, but really slow? Gotcha. But one of the things I do also want to say is there are a lot of cards in here that are double blue and double white. So you have 3 Disallow, 3 Recognize Production, 3 Brawl's Expertise, and of course 3 SRAM's Expertise. Again, like the double white stuff in 3 colors, very difficult to pull off. I would have probably opted more towards 2 more Supreme Will here, maybe a Negate. I think Surge for Azcanta would also be great in this deck to help us kind of like facilitate fixing our mana, as well as fixing out kind of like our plays. I do think having one of each of Torrential, Gearhawk, and Noxious is decent in Game 1, and then going into Game 2 we have 2 more Noxious and Torrential here if you want to go into more controlling or not. One of the things too is Brawl's Expertise. It's great for us sometimes, and sometimes it's terrible. Same thing with Mechanized Production here and Annoying Procession. Like these are good together, obviously, but built around this shell, it's kind of hard to get the mechanized production going in Game 1 especially, so normally this comes out in Game 2, especially if we're against a very fast deck. I do like the idea. I think it's fair to try and play it out for sure, but I do think the double mana, the awkward mana base is coming in mostly tapped most of the time, as well as situations where you have like dead cards in your hand, like a Brawl's Expertise because it's too expensive, things like that. I think that's probably what hurts us a lot in Game 1. Now, Game 2, we have a much better game plan going into the sideboard here. 2 Authority Consoles, 2 Fragmentize, 2 Fatal Push, 3 Cast Out, 2 Ixalan's Binding, 2 Fumigate, 1 Noxious, and 1 Torrential. I want to say Cast Outs and Fatal Push are almost always going to be coming in, depending on the matchup, obviously. And Fumigate is also good, kind of replacing the Brawl's Expertise, leaning us more towards the white mana, which we will have more of in the mana base, as well as like our mana requirements on the board to begin with. But I do like how it's built out. I'm not trying to like rag on it too much. I do think it's a fun deck, but I do think there could have been a couple of changes to it that would make it a lot better. I think. Do you guys like this whenever I talk about decks like this? Because I really want to kind of provide like. Because what I was doing originally on Fan Fridays was I was like changing the deck a little bit, and then like just running it how I would change it. But now I've kind of done it where like I'm just taking the deck list as it is, and running it as that. But I think adding a little bit of like commentary on what I would change, what I would kind of alter, might be of note. But just let me know, guys. Of course, in this stream. Let's get on with the matches today. Yeah, they're great. Drowned Fortress could come in untapped. Yeah. The cycle lands for sure are something that could come in. It'd be very useful in this. I think it is helpful to discuss it, then changing on stream is what I would like. James, that might happen next time. I might do that. Gonna need to make sure that we have the cards to change into for that as well. So I didn't have that today, but maybe going into the next year, we'll do that from now on. So, everybody excited for Christmas? What? James, I find that I'm shifting to Mardu as my favorite colors personally. Nice. Let's see here. Terrible hand. We're going to mulligan. 1 lander. This is a 2-lander with a Plains and a Toolcraft with an Aether Hub. Actually, 3-lander. We're going to keep this. And we're going to put Drowned Catacombs on top. The reason we put that on top is because we need to facilitate our mana base as quickly as humanly possible. So getting into a Drowned Catacomb here is great. Getting into a Plains here is okay. And then getting out of Toolcraft Exemplar on turn 1 is fine. Evolving Wilds for our opponent, they're going to sack at a tap land at the end of our turn. Yeah, Facebook says it's Kyle Ferens. Yeah, that was the Decklist, the guy that submitted it through the Facebook group. As always, you can submit deck lists through the Facebook group and the link in the description, or through Twitter, or even email at Gmail. So everybody has great submissions this year, not this year, this week. And next week I will have that post up still, because next week will be the fan week, which is Tuesday through Friday. Fatal Push to the Toolcraft will be, I'll be doing that. So Tuesday through Friday will be fan decks the entire week. So I can work on videos and get a week ahead. So the whole rest of next year will be a week ahead, which will be awesome. James, I just like seeing decks be as efficient as possible. I am the friendly spike, you might say. Hey, that's fine. That's a good idea. Let's see here. We can do Drowned Catacombs because we don't have anything to really play, or just play out a swamp here, because Drowned Catacombs will come in untapped thanks to the swamp. Just pass turn here. SRAM's Expertise will likely be the play for us unless we get into something else. As far as what's in our hand. Again, one of the things is this deck has a lot of 4-drop cards. I think you really want to be aware of that curve, and if you have your curve leaning more towards the 4-5 drop slot, you really need to have cards like what is it called? Gift of Paradise, where you can actually kind of ramp your mana. This is a black-white vampires deck. Ooh, this is gonna be fun to play against. They're probably gonna mop the floor with this. Drowned Catacombs here. Baral's Expertise is another great card for us. We're gonna hit OK. Getting into SRAM's Expertise next turn, thanks to Aether Hub. Taryn confirmed he's doing 52 fan decks next week, guys. You heard it here, folks. No, Kieran. I'm doing 4. I'm doing 4. So just make sure to submit, and I will definitely pick the best ones that are the ones that I like. So opponent got in a bunch of damage this turn. We're at 13. See, again, we have a lot of sorry, excuse me. We have a lot of trouble getting through decks like this. And see, we have 2 blue, double blue spells here and a double white. So we could go for Baral's Expertise on the next turn if we get into mana, possibly. We could go for Dovin Bond here, but it's probably just going to take a big hit. I would say Tezzeret is fine here. That way we can ramp into some stuff. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, getting to 6, 7. Yeah, Tezzeret would die. Let's go for SRAM's Expertise here. And again, SRAM, you can actually cast a converted mana cost 3 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost, and there's nothing in our hand where we could do that with. So there are other cards in the deck where you can, like Fatal Push, and of course the Contraband Kingpin, things like that. Adanto here, making a vampire. Thanks to Metallic Mimic, they're getting a 2/2. So their deck again is a lot more streamlined, going a lot quicker for us. If we get into another mana, hopefully a blue mana, Sanctum Seeker here, we could go for Baral's Expertise, bounce the Mimic and the 2 vampires. I think that's fine. Or maybe the Seeker and the 2 vampires. Tokens. Birthday's almost here, Jace. When is your birthday? Look at all this. Life gain, life loss. Ouch. So we'll want to block the 1/1 here to trade. And then probably block the 2/2. I think we're actually going to just hit OK and take 4. January 1st. Nice, Jace. Mine is actually January 16th. So, January friends. All right, see, now we got into a situation where we don't have enough mana. We can play Tezzeret, but that's probably game, so we're going to concede here and go into game 2. All right, game 2 is going to be a little bit better for us because we can kind of like take out what we want. So Torrential Gearhook's coming out, Noxious Gearhook's coming in, Barals are coming out, Fumigates are coming in. I like Cast Out a lot better here. I also like Fatal Push and Authority of the Consoles. I think that's good as well. Then we're taking out, let's see, Mechanized Productions and None Obsessions. Let me hit Sort real quick. Would like to take out possibly a Dovin Bond. I think that's good. Fragmentize could be coming in or out, depending on if you want to get rid of the enchantment of Legion's Landing. We can bring one in and take out a another Dovin Bond. I think that's fine. And hit OK. Sideboard. My son is January 4th. My dad is January 16th. Cool. Nice. Play first? Yes. Are you my daddy? What's up, Justin? Opening hand here. A lot better for us. We have 2 Toolcraft Exemplar, Supreme Will, Fumigate, 3 lands. All fantastic. We're going to keep this. And we're going to go first with a Concealed Courtyard play and a Toolcraft Exemplar. Might be dying to a Fatal Push on turn 1, but that's the risk we are willing to take. No one remembers to wish you happy birthday, Jace? That sucks. Key to the deck, always remove Dovin Bond. Wow, they got a white mana here. Legion's Landing? Oh, nope, Duskborn Sky Marcher. That makes sense. Glacial Fortress could come in here, but it's going to come in tap. We're going to get a Plains first. Then we got another Toolcraft Exemplar here. We're going to attack in because they don't want to trade. They want to keep the Duskborn Sky Marcher up for some flying power. So we're just going to get in for 6, or for 1, not 6. Mechanized seems too slow here. Yeah, I agree. Again, it was one of those decks that, like, I liked the idea and where it was going. I just didn't like the execution. Glacial Fortress here. We're going to hold up a Supreme Will next turn. We'll likely use the secondary ability for it. We're going to get in for 2 here, though. Let's get in for 2. You like Gideon more than Dovin Bond? I think Dovin Bond is fine, depending on what matchup you're playing. It's really good with Tezzeret as far as shutting down an opponent and then, you know, gaining Tezzeret's ultimate. But I do agree that Jace does a better job at shutting down creatures. So, Mechanized Production is great on Verdurous Gearhook. That's true. Maverick Fane here. We're going to actually, we have Fumigate here, so let's just go for a secondary ability. I feel pretty confident in doing that. Obviously, we have 2 Aether Hubs, so getting into a Fumigate is going to be fine. Glimmer of Genius, cast out Noxious Gearhulk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're going to go with Glimmer, most likely. We could go with the cast out, but I think a Glimmer is going to be fine for us since we have 2 Aether Hubs here. Let's go with Glimmer. Any order? Maverick Fane's going to get in for... not going to get in for this turn, but they're going to attack in for 1 and get a token. Yeah, plan is to wipe for sure, so Glimmer of Genius is going to be the pick. We're going to play out the Aether Hub next turn. Let's see what we get into next turn. Let's see. Ceram's Expertise. Aether Hub here. Ceram's Expertise actually gives these guys first strike, so we're going to get in for 6 points of damage this turn. Actually, let's hit cancel. Hold up the Glimmer of Genius, then Ceram's Expertise the following turn. We can get in for 2 here, or we can just hold up blocks. I think holding up blocks is better for us since we will be gaining 5 life. 6 life after they attack next turn. Tybalt equals worst Planeswalker ever. Anthony, you're not wrong. Let's see, your 5 cards on our opponent's hand, 4 mana on the battlefield. They're getting amped with 2 points of damage, making a vampire here. We'll be blocking, actually not blocking. Let's not block. That might telegraph what we're doing. But I think that's fine. Sanctum Seeger, wow, they're still curving out. So that's good for us. Let's get out an Aether Hub here and just Fumigate. Colorless, 2 whites, and another white, and Fumigate. Should have done a Glimmer of Genius on the instep there. Missed that. So I'm going to hit a punt counter on our thing here. Boop. My bad. Up to 23. Opponent has 4 cards in hand still, so they have plenty of gas. So just thanks for happy birthday, everyone. No problem, Jace. I mean, it's a little early for you, but yeah. Make sure to definitely say it on Friday. Sanctum Seeker. Let's get in a Concealed Courtyard. And cancel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go for a Contraband Kingpin, and then we'll do a Ceram's Expertise the following turn. Holding up a Glimmer of Genius would have been fine too. So both of those plays would have been alright. Yeah, Shram's Expertise helps us rebuild completely, and with Contraband Kingpin on the battlefield, we can actually Shram's Expertise and scry 3 times. Well, 1 time each per turn, but hopefully get away from some mana here. Sanctum Seeker, going to gain 2, lose 2. Remember to say 8 days? 7 days. We could block the 3/4 actually, which is what we're going to do. So we don't gain any or lose anything from that. We do gain a life. Drowned Catacombs is not terrible. Let's get that out. Let's see. Let's go for a Shram's Expertise. We'll be able to scry 3 times. We're going to bottom that. Going to bottom that. And we can top that. Having the Glimmer of Genius and Supreme Will up at the same time next turn was going to be fine for us. Getting the Noxus Gearhulk would have been sweet. That's true. So picking Noxus Gearhulk that last turn would have been fine over Glimmer. But I think having the Glimmer here helps us stabilize again. Sanctum Seekers on the battlefield are going to be a little bit annoying, especially with the Chef at Dunes activation. They're 4/5, so I can't block them with the Contraband Kings. I will be just blocking with the Servos this turn then. 4 triggers here. Got to be careful about these guys because they can definitely run away with a match. Adanto Vanguard. Okay. We have Supreme Will here as well as a Glimmer of Genius. I feel like a main phase Supreme Will is actually okay. Let's see what we can get into. Glacial Fortress will bottom that. We can top the Noxious Gearhulk and see if we be alright. Having a Supreme Will up for us and a Disallow, okay, that's fine. Pass turn. Yeah, the Kingpin would have entered after the tokens if we had cast Shram's Expertise. So that's why I did it opposite for that scry trigger. Jace pimping out his Twitter. Ixalan's binding here. Ooh, okay, so we want to... we can't disallow here. We could Supreme Will, but they have enough mana for that. Grabbing the Contraband Kingpin, I would assume. Yep. Do keep in mind we did board in 1 Fragmentize. Let me just make sure. Yeah. So we can deal with a Ixalan's binding. We're taking quite a beating this turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points of damage to us this turn. Ouchies. Just block the Adanto here because they'll want to pay the life. They have 30 life, so. Let's go for a... Hey, cancel, actually. See if they have anything in main phase 2. There are treasure maps in this deck, Monkey? No, there are not. So they're going to go for the in phase. Let's go for a Supreme Will here. Treasure map is also a fantastic card for this situation. I think that would be great to include in this deck. I might actually rebuild this deck and do a deck tech on it on Tuesday. I think it's a good deck. I just think it needs a lot of tweaking. Top 4 here. I'll land 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go for Authority. Any order? Okay, let's see what we get into. Another Disallow here. We can go for Noxious Gearhulk. And then get Authority the consoles out. If they have a Vraska's Contempt on the top deck, it's going to suck. Say yes. We do gain 4 life from that going to 10, so we will be able to outlast the next turn. Okay. Having 2 Disallows in our hand is okay. Not terrible, but not great. Would rather have another Noxious Gearhulk, honestly. Vicious Conquistador. Alright. Gonna gain a life from the Authority, thanks to Vicious Conquistador here, which is great. I'm assuming they're going to just, yeah, pass. Good for us. Alright, let's see. Glacial Fortress is not great. Having 2 disallows is going to be fine. Let's pass turn here. We don't want to attack out because we want to make sure that they're not attacking us. Having 0 cards in their hand means they'll be top decking forever, so they can only really cast 1 spell per turn. So getting into a cast out or Ixalan's Binding will be the absolute worst thing possible. Let's see if they're going to do here. No attacks. Great. Now we can kind of restabilize our situation. Another Authority is actually kind of hilarious. Let's do that. Keep in mind we have 2 disallows up because of the 2 Glacial Fortresses, just a regular mana, and then 2 Aether Hubs, or a Drowned Catacomb here. I'm going to pass turn. Oh, what happened, Kieran? You had a fracture? Bloody bro. Oh, your elbow. That's right. That's right. You broke your elbow. That sucks. 5 mana here. Looks like a Fumigate, perhaps. Maybe a Chef at Dunes instead. Yeah, Chef at Dunes activation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where you you need to not hit yield to a Chef at Dunes activation, because I could have disallowed that activated ability and did not have the chance to because I hit yield to it, and now believe we've lost this match. If we block, the Sanctum Seeker will still take let's see, 6. So we'll be able to kill the Sanctum Seeker, and we might get another turn. Let's see what happens. We do have another Fumigate in our deck. Getting into a Plains is not going to cut it. And that's game for the match. Ouchies. I'm going to hit the punk counter on 2 there. Let's go to match 2 here. Update everything and hit play. Fumigate off the top. Sideboard, if that happened, I would have been so happy. It happens, though. No big deal. We'll see what we can do in game 2, or match 2. Hit start. Is anybody traveling today? Just make sure to be safe. Be careful. Lots of crazy people out there. I've been live for about 20 minutes, Timothy. 4 mana, Brawl, Kingpin, and Gearhulk. Yeah, this is worth it. We'll keep it. This is slow. We are on the draw. But we do have guaranteed mana, so gonna get out a island this turn and then a Glacial Fortress the following turn, or Glacial Fortress first, then a Swamp for a turn 2 Contraband. Obviously, we can play the black and blue; doesn't matter. Let's just do a Swamp to kind of represent a Fatal Push and pass. Whatever you do, don't go to Walmart. Jess actually went to Kroger this morning to get stuff to make cookies for Christmas, and she had to battle people. She's like, oh, if I just get there in the morning, it'll be fine. No, it wasn't fine. It was terrible. All right, let's see here. We need another black mana for the Gearhulk here. Fantastic. We got a Concealed Courtyard. We're gonna get out a Plains first, then a Contraband Kingpin. Concealed Courtyard, of course, can come in still untapped if it's the 3rd land. Shaper's Sanctuary. So this might just be a pump deck here. I don't really know yet. Flutterstarf. Oh, man. Kieran, did you finish your finals at least? Yeah, Elliot. That's what I want to know. Elliot and I want to know that. Make sure. Going to Michigan Christmas Eve. Nice. That is kind of a scary... How far away are you from Michigan? Is it like a several-hour drive? Opponent said, blah, getting land screwed. And I was like, getting land flooded over here. No lands from our opponent. So we're going to take advantage of this. Get out a Concealed Courtyard here and just start swinging in for 1. Could have got in a island there for a disallow, but if they're behind on land, then we should be okay. About 9 hours, Jace? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. That sucks. Ugh. Terrible. I'll be painting most of the night tonight after I do the upkeep video for you guys. That's going to be fun. Alright, Scattered Grove. Giving in tapped. Let's get out a Glacial Fortress here. 4 mana. I'm gonna hold up a Disallow and then get in for 1. Again, just the top deck, or the top like curve on this deck is just too high. So it just needs to be brought down a little bit. So I don't draw into so many 5 and 4 mana cost things in our opening hand. Finger painting? No, but it is acrylic, and it is it's gonna be on a 27 by 30 canvas. It's like a painting of our family, or my grandparents' family. Adorned Pouncer here. We're gonna go for a Disallow. Obviously, they can eternalize it, but since they have mana problems, it's gonna be stressful for them to do. But Noxious Gearhulk can be a way to deal with an Adorned Pouncer once again, or even a Brawl's Expertise. Let's get out an island here, and then get out a Tezzeret, because it does help us start scrying with the Contraband, and start building up for a Tezzeret Ultimate. Just give it 3 turns. Scry, let's see what we get. Not a mana, please. Put that on the bottom as well. And then get in for 1. Oh, a real painting. Yes, Elliot. A video you must make? Maybe? I don't know. I did think about maybe doing like streams where I would like draw a Magic the Gathering character or something. That'd be fun. Glorybound Initiate here. Timothy, this deck can go very wide, so be careful. It has no procession you need to watch out for. Gotcha. Concealed Courtyard here. We're going to go for a island play. +1. Scry. Bottom the land. Well, Fumigate is in game 2. It's not in the game 1 game plan. Noxious Gearhulk could be coming in this turn. Or we could use Brawl's Expertise to bounce. I think Noxious is fine. We also get another Scry counter from this. They do get to draw a card because of Shaper Sanctuary. So we will be bringing Fumigate most likely. Blossoming Defense? Yep. That's fair. Let's see what we get on the Scry here. SRAM's Expertise? Sure, because we can actually Brawl's Expertise into SRAM. What? A control deck without mainboard Fumes? It's true. Alright, 5 cards in our opponent's hand, drawing into 6. 4 mana, thanks to getting some Shaper Sanctuary play. Resilient Kinra here. Brawl's Expertise is really going to help us in the next turn. Glorybound's going to be pumped to a 5/3. Ouchies. Getting in for 6/6. Would you do Art of Jace plus Vraska in Love like they're in store currently? I don't know, Magic. I don't know if officially WotC would like that. They're going to exert here, make it a 6/6. Heading towards Tezzeret. I'm going to block with the Kingpin here. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to ultimate Tezzeret not this next turn, but the following turn, so we should be able to have enough time to do that. Let's see, 2 mana. Prepare. Ooh, scary. Alright. Get out of Plains here. We're going to plus Tezzeret. Go for a SRAM's Expertise. The reason we're bouncing our Gearhulk here is because we have the ability to replay it and actually kill something else, so I think that's fine. Getting of 2 Shaper Sanctuary plays for our opponent, though. SRAM's Expertise coming in here, making some servos for blockers, and we're passing turn. I don't imagine when officially Watsi made them fall in love. Oh, really? No settle, very strange indeed. Yeah, James, I agree. No settle the wreckage is strange. No fumigate, no settle on the main board. It's just odd, especially if you're running white. And like all the cast outs and Ixalan's bindings are in the sideboard. So just odd to me. Glory Bound here. We're going to ultimate Tezzeret this next turn, unless they have a different play. Looks like Resilient Kinra again. Nope, another Glory Bound. Gotcha. That's fair. They do have Scattered Groves up for a Blossoming Defense play, so Noxious Gearhulk might not be coming in. Another Shrimp's Expertise. Let's get a Concealed Courtyard. Let's see how much mana we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of mana. 8, 9, 10 actually, but we don't want to do both. Let's go for Emblem here. And let's go for Noxious Gearhulk here. We want to definitely try and kill a Glory Bound, if we can. They do get Shaper's Sanctuary here, giving them tons of value. Esper Walker's mid-range, sort of sideboard. Yep, they did have it. That is annoying. But we can make a 5/5 here, so I think that's fine. Gonna pass turn. Having an Emblem Tezzeret here is going to be great for us. We might want to be continuing to protect Tezzeret. Another Shaper's Sanctuary. 5 cards in our opponent's hand. Great storyline. The voice acting was okay. Magic story will appear on the Magic Archive. Gotcha, Magic. You can't link things in the actual YouTube feed, so I would recommend linking that in the Facebook group, if that's okay. Yeah, Shaper's Sanctuary is such a hugely underrated card. I agree with that, Anthony, wholeheartedly. And this green-white Selesnya build has been kind of like under the radar for a long time. I think Dev from SBMTG did a deck tech on it, and I do think it has some real potential. We just really need something else in the mid to higher range as far as mana cost to make it really worth it. So, what should you get your mom for Christmas? I don't know. I always get my mother books of some sort. So, let's see if our opponent wants to attack out here. This Glory Bound, which is a 5/3, can obviously do some damage, but we'll see. Exerting, exerting. They do have a fight here. It is a sorcery. They don't have enough mana to do it this turn. Let's see what our opponent's going to be doing. 4 cards in hand. They might have another Blossoming Defense or another Prepare. A pineapple. I don't give my mom anything. Aw, that sucks. I got her some, let's say, lotion or something like that. Usually she asks me exactly what she wants. Or she tells me. We're going to do this right here. And try and call them on a bluff. They're attacking straight on, so they're not attacking Tezzeret, which is fine. I'm okay with that. See what our opponent wants to do. Basket of laundry? Mom, just want to let you know always be needed. Oh, that's cute. My mother... Oh, your mom died 4 years ago? Or 4 days ago? Really? I'm sorry, Sideboard. That sucks. I was just about to say, whenever I was coming home from college, my mother would, most every time ask for a basket of laundry. Sorry to hear that, Sideboard. That does suck, man. Dovinbon. Let's go for a Dovinbon here. Gonna plus on Tezzeret. Let's see. Let's go for a +1 on the Glory Bound. Obviously, the Shaper's Sanctuary is going to go 2 cards. Just trying to be nice. Sideboard. Stram's expertise here. We're not going to get an extra bit of stuff on it, but we will be able to make another 5/5. Opponent might have Fumigate. Do keep in mind they have Adorned Pouncer in the graveyard as well, so they're up to enough mana now where they can do it next turn. We're going to pass turn for now. What do you think is going to happen in the next block? Which block? You talking about like rivals, or are you talking about Dominaria? Like, you mean the next set? Or like you said block, I'm just making sure that we're on the same page. 5 cards in our opponent's hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana on the battlefield. You think vampires will be a thing in the next set? I think so too. They're going to get in here with the Tezzeret. We're going to quadruple block. See if they have a Blossoming Defense or something. If they don't, we just lose 2. We're doing that with the without the 5/5s because I don't want to lose those just yet. Renegade Rallier. Wow, okay. What are you going to grab here? Resilient Kenra or Glorybound Initiate? Most likely Glorybound. Yeah. I hope so. I love some Bloodsuckers. Gotcha. What's up, Kieran? We're in game 1 still. Another Renegade Rallier. Opponent really playing an interesting build here. Grabbing Adorned Pouncer, an interesting pick there. Just a 1/1 double striker. Pass turn. Contraband Kingpin is great. Let's create a artifact here. Get a scry. Put that on the bottom. See, we could do a Dovin Bond on that, but I think we really want to just draw a card. Gain 2 life. Green-White Revolt, yeah. Here's a push cast. Let's make a sell here, a 5/5. We're going to use Fatal Push probably on a Renegade Rallier, but we're going to attack out with our 2 5/5s first and see what happens. Leaving ourselves a little vulnerable, but our opponent is at 37 life, so we really need to start getting down on their life. What's up, Pretty? Everyone knows everyone here. That's good. That means, you know, we have a pretty tight-knit community. Alright. Yeah, we probably will save the push for the Adorned Pouncer. Let's just see what happens. Opponent might have another Blossoming Defense in their hand by now. Okay. I really want Merfolk to be a thing, and I think vampires will just get better. So Merfolk has a pretty long way to go, but I think Merfolk, out of all the tribes, has the most potential because of green-white, blue, not white, green-blue. But again, we'll have to see what happens. We just know the regulars, that's all. I'll make an effort to get to know people who engage in the chat and are chill. Nice. You really want dinos to work, but you think that they're... but I think you're right in that it won't. Yeah, never gonna... I don't think dinos will ever work unless they have something that just makes them incredibly cheap. They had those cards that made them cheap last, you know, during the last thing, but it just... or the current set with Ixalan, but they don't really work that well, so... Maybe getting an artifact that makes them cheaper... That might help. Getting with Tezzeret, Adorned Pouncer, Dovin Bond. They're trying to kill the Planeswalkers now. Excuse me. Okay. Do keep in mind that everybody's attacking the Planeswalkers. None of us are attacking us. We have 3 5/5s here, going into another 5/5 next turn. being able to do 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23 points of damage next turn. I feel like we just let them die, honestly. These are exerted. Must, yep. Anthony, it's a trap. I think I'm gonna let him die, guys, honestly. See you, Jace. We can use Fatal Push here on a Glory Bound. Because of the lifelink. If I don't see you, have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, Jace. And Happy New Year. I think I'll probably see you next week, though. Killing a Glory Bound here. Again, both of the Planeswalkers are going to die. We just wanted to kind of reduce the amount of lifelink here. So 2 going to Tezzeret, 2 going to Dovin Bond. Let's see, opponent has 6 cards in hand. Trying to figure out whether or not we want to block any of them. I don't think so. Let's not block any of them. Lose both Dovinbon and Tezzeret. They are completely open, though. Let's see what they're going to be playing out, though. Renegade Rallier. Does bring Glorybound Initiate. That card is very good for the situation. And this game 1 has gone on for a long time. Green-white janky key stuff. 4 cards in our opponent's hand. Adonto Vanguard, okay. Merfolk Branchwalker, interesting pick there. Yeah, this green-white deck looks like a lot of fun. Dorn Pouncer entering the battlefield, or entering the top. They threw it into the graveyard, so they can eternalize it later. We do have Contraband Kingpin here. Let's go to combat, and we're going to make an Ethereum Cell at 5/5. They got out 4 creatures last turn, so we want to hold up for blocks. Very interesting match so far. King Nugget! What's up? Opponent has 2 cards in hand. Cypress Sanctuary has really given them a lot of advantage this game, thanks to our removal. So we'll see what happens. I'm assuming it eternalized from the Adorned Pouncer here. What is this? Resilient Kinra eternalized. Ooh, okay. Putting that on the Adorned Pouncer, I would assume. Nope, putting it on the Glory Bound. Okay. Because of the lifelink. Okay. Opponent getting in for quite a bit here. I would say it's lethal, most likely. Let's see, blocking to 5, 3/2, 3/2. Let's do that. See how we do. They only have 2 mana available to them, so Adonto's going to be indestructible, so they are going to pay 4 life for that. We win every matchup except for this 8/8 here. Yeah, okay. Interesting that they did that. No pump spells at all. Dante Vanguard coming in. Supreme Wheel here. We're going to cast that off the bat. Let's go for a Concealed Courtyard. Glimmer. Servo. I feel like getting Glimmer is the better pick here. In the order. Then just going for a Glimmer. Maybe getting into a Fatal Push. Bottom that. Procession. Maybe we can draw into that, that's fine. Torrential Gearhulk is good too. Alright, let's get into combat here. Make it 5/5. And again, we want to hold up on attacks because of the exerted or the other Glory Bound coming in next turn. 2 cards in their hand. October Revolt, Amonkhet, and now will rotate, yeah. Kaladesh Revolt, yeah. 8th Revolt. Torrential to get back a push, most likely, unless we want to use, let's see, a Glimmer. Yeah, I'd probably use a push for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 available for something else. Let's see, is this going to be a Verdurous Gearhulk? Opponent is pulling out all the stops. Or is it just going to be an Adorned Pouncer reanimation? Bit of fun, game 1 here. Hulk, Scrytsu. Push seems good. That's true. Yeah, Pouncer, Eternalize. That's fair. Another Adorned Pouncer play. Outright. Okay. Do keep in mind that these Shaper Sanctuaries to help them a great deal, so we want to be aware of that. Yeah, he completely stabilized thanks to these Shaper Sanctuaries. We're going to pass turn here for that next turn play. Let's go to combat. Make an Ethereum Cell a 5/5. I do think we want to pass turn. Obviously, Torrential Gearhulk will be next turn. Do you think Treasure Map opens up a lot of options for non-attuned decks? I agree completely, Elliot. I think Treasure Map is such a good card. Right now, I feel like it's getting a little bit of praise, but it's like Saber Sanctuary. It's kind of like under the radar, but it's so good. Gonna fight there. Okay, let's go for a Gearhulk. Getting this out early before the attacks. For the Scries. Would say kill the Adorned Pouncer here, that's the 4/4. They do get 2 Shaper Sanctuaries here. So 2 chances to get into a Blossoming Defense, unless they already have it in their hand, which it looks like they do, yeah. Ouch. Again, Shaper Sanctuary is such a fantastic card for green-white here. The Tezzeret, we can put that on the top if we want to. But I think that Yeah, let's put that on top because we do have a Donor Procession here in our hand. So the Kingpin will die. Okay. We have 6 5/5s, actually 7 5/5s thanks to the Gear Hulk. This 6/6 Pouncer though is going to be a headache. Assuming that's the only thing that's attacking this turn. Yeah. We'll likely just have a 5/5 block it. You guys talking about The Room? Oh my gosh, The Room. Such an amazing movie. We're going to do this and then Glimmer. So they don't get that life link power. Let's see, we're going to put that on the bottom and draw on Tezzeret. This is some pretty hippie music, yo. This is music from Aeon, the MMORPG. Alright. Let's get Drowned Catacombs out here. Let's go for an Annoying Procession. And a Tezzeret. We can just blow something up, by the way. Opponent said LOL GG's. Yeah, we can just blow something up. Target creature gets XX, where we control the X number of artifacts. So we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blow up the Adorned Pouncer here. They do get 2 Shaper Sanctuaries. Tezzy and Kingpin are probably some of my favorite cards in Standard right now. Nice, Akading. So the Pouncer does die, which is great for us. Let's see. Can't do anything about this. We can turn the Torrential Garruk into a 5/5, I guess. Sure, whatever. It's already a 5/5. Again, we're going to pass turn. I think we're just going to use Tezzeret to slowly pick off their board state. Tezzeret's +1 next turn will be able to create 2 tokens, which gives us the ability to make 1 more 5/5. So, cast out! No! Top deck cast out! What are you grabbing? Tezzeret? Yeah. Well, that's our other Tezzeret, so we don't have another Tezzeret. See, Noxious Gear Hulk's already in the graveyard. We have 33 cards in our deck right now. Another cast out? Are you serious? What are you grabbing here? I guess Gear Hulk? Oh, Annoying Procession. Okay, that's fair. Why did they say GG? I don't know. I guess because of the Shaper Sanctuary here. Two cards in their hand. They have nothing on the board that can actually interact with us, so... Okay, Concealed Courtyard play. Let's see, we can attack out with a 5/5 here. They have Adonto Vanguards for days, though. Oh, actually, the two... So the two... He just said, I thought you had me until I got 2 cast outs. He drew 2 cast outs back-to-back thanks to Shaper's Sanctuary. So, that's something that happened. Yeah, Tezzeret's ability, okay. I think we're just going to swing out with the Gear Hulk here. But we could, I think we're going to pass again. Really need to get rid of the Adorned Pouncer first. Oh, Expert Legend with the spam. Saber's Sanctuary is so good here. I agree, Anthony. What's up, Zigzag? Playing up against a green-white Revolt deck. Opponent really pressing in on us. We have a firm ground here, but we're kind of at a stalemate. Opponent being able to cast out some major spells every single turn. Here's a fight with the Contraband. We'll say okay with that. We're going to lose the Contraband, but we don't want to lose the Disallow. Two cards on opponent's hand. Live stream spam. We going big now, boys. Adonto Vanguard. That's fine. Again, we really want to probably get rid of the Adorned Pouncer here. Let's see. Servo Exhibition. Does give us 2 servos to make another 5/5. God, it's just such an awkward... Like, if we swing in with everything... Block, block, block. They can pay, the 12 life to have Adonto Vanguard's indestructible, and then swing back at us for game, basically. So we want to be a little bit careful here. We have 1 card in hand. Really like Adonto Vanguard and EDH and Edgar. Nice, James. Yeah, I think Adonto Vanguard's a very good vampire from Ixalan. See what our opponent's going to do here. They cast Evolving Wilds. They sack Evolving Wilds. They do trigger Revolt. I'm watching the stream instead of studying. I tell myself I'm researching study music to feel a little better. Oh, man. Animal Crossing. A lot of their music is very good to study to. Yeah, 3 Adontos on their side of the field. That's what's making this so bad. They have 24 cards in their deck, though, so decking them is actually an option now. If we can't do anything. They have another fight here, but they can't do anything on the board. They could kill a servo if they wanted to. They also have another Adorned Pouncer in the graveyard. Okay. Passing. Gotcha. Adonto's in 35 life. Yeah, exactly. Opponent going to use fight here. On the last servo. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, gotta go. Happy holidays. See you, Elliot. Enjoy your weekend. Have fun. Mechanized production. Nice. Let's go with Mechanized Production on the Torrential Gear Hulk here. What can we use? Glimmer of Genius, Supreme Will. That's going to be the 2 cards we pick here. With the Torrential Gear Hulk. Could have done with the Servo or the Ethereum Cell because we could get closer to a auto win with that, but Mechanized Production is so much fun on a Torrential Gear Hulk. I could not do that. 1 card in our opponent's, 2 cards in our opponent's hand. All the mana. Let's see. 5. What's happening? Personally, like metallurgic summonings overall. Better overall, though, based on how many spells we have. Yeah. Here's a cast out here. We're going to disallow that. Which is great. That's his third cast out. Opponent with the GGs again. Oh man, opponent scooped it up. That was awesome. Bye, Elliot. Have a good day. Let's see. We're bringing in a Fatal Push. Let's bring in the cast out, Ixalan's Bindings. Let's get out the Varal's Expertise. I want to say the Gearhulk is better, or the Torrential is better than the Noxious here. Fumigate is also a card we can bring in. I think bringing out Mechanized Production is okay too. Fragmentize is definitely coming in to deal with the hard to deal with enchantment. Authority of the Consoles could also come in here, but I think we don't need that, honestly. Let's see. Let's take out Dovin Bond. I think we're good to go. Let's sort this real quick and see how our curve is. Not terrible. Not great. Do have some early game presence now. Let's bring out one disallow. I'm going to keep have another that SRAM's Expertise in there still. See what we can do. Mechanized Production is fun, but I do think that it's a little bit too slow for the situation we're up against. I'm kind of surprised we won that, honestly. But we'll see what happens. Into game 2. Now we've got all the cast outs and all the Fumigates and Ixalan's Binding to help on those 4 ofs for our opponent. Game 2, I believe, Taryn. Just a reminder. Yeah, it's game 2. I just changed it, James. Sorry about that. Gotta play fast. He has 5 minutes. Opening hand here for us. We have 3 lands, Ixalan's Binding, Toolcraft, Fumigate, and a Glimmer. I think this is going to be a keep for us. Well, they are on the draw, or on the play. Plains, probably a pass. Let's go for a Plains and a Toolcraft Exemplar here. Got into a Drowned Catacombs, so next turn we'll be able to play out the Swamp and be perfectly fine. Alright. 5 minutes, no problem. Hit 6 for our opponent. Adonto here. Yep. Let's go with a Swamp here. The next turn we're just gonna pass this turn. Okay. Opponent just hit 5-minute warning. Scavenger Grounds here. That does mean they have some abilities to shut down our Torrential Gearhulk. Glorybound Initiate here. Do keep in mind we may Ixalan's Binding before we Fumigate. We're going to take the 3 for now. Go for a Glacial Fortress here. Could hold our Toolcraft Exemplar, because next turn we can do a Glimmer of Genius or Ixalan's Binding. We'll be taking some hits though, but I think that's fine. Again, opponent has a lot better creatures right now because of the situation. So we'll see what we can do. Adorned Pouncer coming in. Great. Good job. Alright, Ixalan's Binding is going to go towards Adorned Pouncer here, because that's the card that's going to be dealing us the most damage. We'll be blocking the Glorybound Initiate this turn. Let's get out the Drowned Catacomb. Go for an Ixalan's Binding. Let's see if they have a Blossoming Defense. Let's see. Let's go for a Pouncer here. Do you have it? You have it? Oh, come on. Ugh. Come on, opponent. They're going to hit us for 5 next turn. Opponent might beat us in under 4 minutes. Next turn we can go for a Ceramics Expertise and Toolcraft Exemplar. Resilient Kin right here. Gonna get in for a lot of damage this turn. Plusing the Adorned Pouncer, getting in for 6, 7, 8, 9. So dropping us down to 5. Yeah, they probably will get us now in this game too. Happy Holidays, Zigzag. Getting in for 6. 9, yeah. Let's see what we can do next turn here. Supreme Will. Let's go for a Ceramics Expertise and a Contraband Kingpin. We did that backwards this time because we really just need the mana correctly this time. We're going to pass turn. Contraband Kingpin can block the Adorned Pouncer as long as it's not puffed. Or block a Danto Vanguard. We are at 5 though. Opponent just attacking in relentlessly. Exerting with Glory Bound. Cats are at my feet. Getting in here for lethal. Let's block the Adorned Pouncer here. Obviously they're going to pump. Actually, let me hit cancel. Reset blockers. I'm gonna block this way. Really hope we get into some mana this next turn. Heroic Intervention, of course. So all of ours basically die. Go to 6. Mana, please! Well, we did get a Fatal Push. I'm not saying we're going to be dead next turn. Let's see. Fatal Push killing the Glory Bound Initiate here. And then we Supreme Will. And then Contraband Kingpin blocks. A Pouncer here. And then they get in for 3, 4, 5. Or we play Toolcraft and then Fatal Push and then hope. We will be gaining a life if we block something. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way out of this real quick. If we get into a Supreme Will and we can get out of land, which I hope we do, I would think we would. We'll be able to Fumigate next turn, which means we do survive. So, I think that's the likely option here, and then we push the Adorned Pouncer. Obviously they didn't exert on here, but that would still mean that we would get in for 5 here. We would gain a life, but if they have a pump, we're dead. So we push Glory Bound here. I think it's safer to do Toolcraft and then push on a, or not Toolcraft, not push, Toolcraft and Supreme Will to have the option of getting into a black mana this turn. No mana at all. Wow. Okay, so Fatal Push is going to be the card we want to grab here. Oh man, that was extremely unlucky. We're going to pass turn. Ouch. That sucked. 4 cards from our opponent in their hand. 3 mana. They're going to go straight into attacks here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Exerting, getting in for the 1/1 and the 2/2. Seems about right. Already going to go indestructible. Let's go for blocks here. I'm going to block the 4/4. Could block the 1/1 here, but if they have a pump, we're dead. If they have a pump here, we're still dead. Let's block the double strike because that's the most that's the scariest one. Oh my gosh. They don't have a pump spell. Sweet. So we're at 2. Alright, mana, come on. They played a mana. Tap out for me, please. Merfolk Branchwalker here. 2 cards in their hand. We were able to kill the Adorned Pouncer. Sunpetal Grove is on the top. Or got into their hand now. Come on, tap out. You know you want to. They didn't tap out. Thank Jesus. Alright, so we have okay. If they have Heroic Intervention, obviously we're just dead. But we can try for this. Fumigate. They have Heroic Intervention in the deck. We know they do. Okay, they did pay for the Adonto Vanguard there, so we were at 6. Remember, Adonto Vanguard is indestructible, so it does survive. We do have Fatal Push in our hand, so we can do a push on their turn and our turn. We're barely alive. Like, they're gonna go to time, but they may go to time, but oh my god, we're just, oh no, Resilient Kinra. Okay, so if they have another Resilient Kinra or a pump spell, we're dead. They played Sunpetal Grove, which is the card they got into with the Branchwalker. Alright. Show me the pump spell. No pump? No pump? Oh my gosh. Guys. We are hanging on. Prowling Sepoppered here. That is perfectly fine. Alright, SRAM's Expertise. We are hanging on. Alright, so let's let's get out SRAM's Expertise here. Yeah, we're going to cast and try to we're going to kill the Resilient Kinra. We could try and kill Adonto, but obviously they're just going to pay the life. And then we're going to kill the Prowling Sepoppered with the Fatal Push block. Or Servo block. Alright. We're going to go to time, but this is, I mean, we are hanging on. Okay. Probably no appeal. Yeah, that would suck. Alright. 4. Cast out on a servo. Is it worth it? What is this? Fumigate? If it's a Fumigate, then they win. Eternalize the Pouncer. Okay. Yeah, this is still only match 2, Justin. Yeah, so we're not going to get to match 3, sadly, but it happens. Block, block. Push can go towards the Adorned Pouncer now, I would assume. Wow, he didn't pay for the Vanguard. Let's try and kill the Pouncer. They have 1 card in hand. Is it Blossoming Defense? What is happening? Okay, they have 25 seconds. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go for a Glimmer here. I mean, we are hanging on by the skin of our teeth. Got into a cast out. Let's put that on top. Concealed Courtyard, put that on the bottom. Draw into cast out and a Servo Exhibition here. Alright, so Alright. Opponent has 20 seconds. Obviously, we go to time, and we win due to time. But, wow. I mean, this has been a fantastic match. Ooh, Kinjali Sunwing here. Can they win in 10 seconds? They can't win. Okay. They don't have the ability to trample. This is like that moment in like episode 2 of season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Whenever he's battling Pegasus and it goes to time. You might have won, Yugi boy! Let's see, they have 2 seconds. We have Aether Hub here. Let's get that out. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we could do that. But that's it! Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Great match, man. Great match. It's AN, sideboard. Wow. That was tense. We're gonna count that as a win. So we're 1-1 today. Jeez. Alright, this is probably the last one for the day. Since that lasted so long. They timed on allowing Aether Hub? Yeah. That was a fun match. I think we probably would have came back and would be able to win that one. Just because of the cast out in her hand. But, you know, I don't know. I think that was anyone's game at that point. I feel like he had the huge advantage overall, though. So, in both those games. I think we were better suited for the game 2. But again, we just ran out of time. Opening hand here has Aether Hub, 3 lands, Burl, Kingpin, Supreme Will, Disallow. This is going to be a keep for us. Obviously, Drowned Catacombs coming in tapped is going to be a big deal. We are on the play, or on the draw, though, so maybe we'll get into some swamp or island. The clock is a nice win online. It happens, yeah. Honestly, whenever I started to play MTGO, I hated the clock because I was such a slow player. But after a while, you get used to it. Glacial Fortress here as well. Let's go for a Drowned Catacomb and just pass. Super annoying. Again, the amount of buddy lands in this deck really bothers me. Yeah, Justin, I think we'll probably do that. They're at Gruul, so this might be a dinosaur deck. Yeah, this is dinosaurs. So they're not going to do anything for probably 2 more turns. So Toolcraft, let's go for a Glacial Fortress. I think that's fair. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to make sure we have 3 mana available on the next turn for a giant dinosaur play. Yeah, Cycle Lands would fix that problem, sideboard, absolutely. Do keep in mind the Cycle Lands have like Plains Island and things like that. Strike directly. Ooh, interesting. Opponent attacking in? Yeah, I would assume. 4 cards in their hand. Getting us down to 16. Next turn we'll be playing the Aether Hub here, unless we get into a regular mana. I'd like to get into a swamp or an island, honestly. Island would be the best. We do have 4 mana though, so mechanized production here. Let's get into an Aether Hub here and hold up a Supreme Will or Disallow. Could get out the Kingpin and the Exemplar, but we're going to just pass for the turn. I do not mind taking the 1 mana from the Drover if they attack with it. Five cards in hand, 4 mana on the battlefield. Let's see. Or 4 cards in hand, 4 mana on the battlefield. They're going to go to attacks first. They're going to pass the entire turn. Let's go for a Supreme Will here on their instep. See what we can get into. Glacier Fortress, Island. I think Island is the answer here. Any order. And pass. Let's grab an Island here. Now the Drowned Catacomb comes in untapped. And we have 5 mana now. Let's go for a Toolcraft Exemplar play. And hold up a Disallow. Mechanized Production right now are just dead cards at the moment. So we'll see what we can do. What's up, Jansen? Yeah, the alpha here could come in the next turn. Could have come in this past turn, but they didn't draw into it, I assume. So we're going to hold up a disallow. Okay, 5 mana available. Burning Sun Avatar, are they looking for something like that? Another Drover here. Again, we're not going to waste our counterspell on a Mana Dork. Yeah, they're going to pass here. 3 cards in hand. Flashing Markers. Concealed Courtyard or Drowned Catacomb. Let's get the Catacomb here. Let's go for a Contraband King. Again, we still have 2 blue mana for the disallow, so we're fine. Okay. Stupid good pure check. That sounds like music to my ears. I might be, if it's in the list, I'll definitely want to pick it for the stream next week. Rootbound Crag. 3 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. What, we got another Lightning Strike? A Braid to the Toolcraft Exemplar. Yeah, that's fair. No attacks. Again, we want to be very conservative with our disallow. Pass, okay. Nothing Mechanized Production. Ugh, dead cards in our hand right now. Alright, let's see. We have a Brawl's Expertise we could use. I don't think we want to worry about that. Let's just hold up the disallow. We can attack in for 1 if we want to with lifelink. I think that's fair. I streamed this week. I'm sure your community would love to see it too. Nice. Yeah, definitely. If it's not in the list, make sure to put it in the list in the Facebook group or on Twitter or whatever. Love the Dino decks that don't play dinos. I had a problem in Seal Tournament. Do you keep in mind these guys turn into 3/3s if a dinosaur is played? 2 cards in their hand. Looks like they're not getting into anything except mana, which is good news for us. Opponent pass turn. Tezzeret the Schemer here. I'm going to go for a Tezzeret and +1 here, because we can disallow with the +1. Put it in the list. I'm kind of new here, though. How do I do that? There's the Facebook group in the description below. You can always tweet it at me on Twitter with Superhinotama in the Twitter, or you can always send it to my Gmail, which is the same name. Contraband Kingpin, Scry 1. Glacier Fortress, going to bottom that. And just pass turn. Going to do that so that they won't attack the Tezzeret this coming turn. What's up, Unmasked? It's been a while. 3 cards in our opponent's hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Sheltered Thicket cycle. Unclaimed territory, naming I would assume dinosaurs. I said unmasked, didn't I? Not unmasked, not the extra ED, just unmask. Sorry either way. I follow him on Instagram, man. He's got some sweet art. Let's see here. He's going to pass. Nice. Let's +1 here. Well, while we're doing this, let's go for a Mechanized Production on an Ethereum cell. Bottom. Can go for a push or a disallow. A Braid might be hitting the cell here. Been watching the last couple days, just too busy to type it. Was playing MTG myself. Nice. I got you. No worries. I think we're going to pass here. Good ultimate next turn, but we're really just going to focus on building out the cells for a mechanized production win. Because that'll be fun. No problem, Magic. So your 2 land, they played a forest. Man, they got into mana like nobody's business. Let's see what's going to happen. We'll be making 2 cells per turn, so here's an Abrade coming to this cell. Yeah, we're going to have to use... Okay, we're going to have to let that happen. The reason is because their other card could be a dinosaur here. And we don't want to waste a disallow on that cell. Good thing for us, we have 2 mechanized productions in our hand. How do I submit a deck for Fan Fridays? Joshua, you can submit them in the link below in the Facebook group. You can always tweet them at me on Twitter at SuperHinotama, or you can send them to Gmail at SuperHinotama@gmail. And, alright, spinning of our people make a cell. Nice. So they did have an Abrade, but they didn't have a follow-up dinosaur, so. Ceram's expertise? Sure. Could go with another mechanized production here, or we can just, it's plus here. Do Ceram's expertise into a Fatal Push. Bottom that. Let's go with a Ceram's expertise into a Fatal Push. I think that's fun. Lots of triggers this turn. Cast, and we'll kill a Drover. Whoops, decline. Just got challenged. Sure. I'm okay with that being on top. Someone just tried to challenge me in the middle of a game. That's funny. Hit okay. Alright, now we're going to be a little bit more aggressive and get in for 1. $18-18. Pretty even match. Again, this Tezzeret deck is a little too slow for my liking. I just feel like mechanized production doesn't need to be in the deck. Just a little too annoying to deal with. Same with Brawl's expertise. Regisaur Alpha. Let's go with a disallow here. Heroic Intervention. Okay. That's strange. Doesn't stop it from being countered. Maybe he thought that? No cards in hand. Yeah, getting in here for 1 against Tezzeret. I just pictured an old Yu-Gi-Oh vid where he stutters duel and finishes it with the battle when the challenge popped up. I need to get some Yu-Gi-Oh sound effects for the stream. I feel like that would enhance the experience. I might do that next week. Come on, opponent. Had a day of slow decks today. I turned wood for a hobby, but I haven't posted vids of that. Nice. Gonna block with a 1/1 here. Turn wood into what? Sideboard. I grew up on a hammer handle mill myself. Alright, making another cell here. We'll be able to scry from this. Alara. Alara. Disallow on top shore. Draw into another disallow here. We can negative here and try and go for a win that way, or just continue making our cells. I think going for our cells here is fun. Everyone's just typing Alara now. Noxious Gearhole. Okay, put that on top. Two, three, 4, 5. The reason we're doing Baral's Expertise is because we can do another mechanized production on another cell and start building them out twice as fast. Can still hold up a disallow here, which is actually awesome. And again, continue to attack out for 3. Vases, bowls, stumps to gold. Nice. Alright, up to 19 thanks to lifelink, down to 15 for our opponent. Opponent drawing into their second card in their hand. They have lots of mana, so if they top deck into a big creature here, then they'll be fine. But it looks like they're going to be passing. We can actually make 7, or go to 7 on the cells this turn. Yep, going to Noxious Gearhole on the top. Mechanized production win here is interesting. Got a small CNC router and an old spindle turner from the 40s. That's awesome sideboard. Very cool. Look at all the tokens we're making here. Sent you an email with a Decklist, Aaron. Thanks, Jansen. I appreciate that. Put that on top. Draw into it. Let's go with this Ethereum cell here. We're going to triple win next turn. Tezzeret is up to 10. I feel like our opponent should probably scoop now. Our board state's pretty insane. Obviously, they will have their next turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we'll be able to get the win next turn. Put the planes on the bottom. Let's go to combat here and get in for 3. Alright. Well, Flashing Miner, I would assume, is got a deck like, kind of not focused on, but it has probably 4 Aether Geode Miners, which is a fantastic card from, I think it's Aether Revolt, right? 2 mana, 3/1. That whenever it attacks, it gets 2 energy. You can pay 2 energy to make it basically blink. Magic, $2 donation. Happy holidays. Thanks for the great stream today. Appreciate that, Magic. Hope you're having a great holiday as well. And hope you have a great Christmas, too. So, this weekend's going to be a Christmas gauntlet for me. We have a Christmas with my dad's grandparents on Saturday, then my mom's parents on Sunday, and then my immediate family, which is my parents, on Monday. So, and then one after that later in the day with Jess's parents. Whew. Hardcore. But what is never gonna? What is the what? Potassium just doesn't make no sense. Doing great today, thanks, sir. No problem. Oh, Borat, gotcha. It's been so long. Borat, I feel like is like, I don't know. I don't think it's in the zeitgeist anymore. I think quoting Borat, besides going like this, is not, you know, useful. Alright, opponent, you have 3 cards in your hand. I win next turn. What can you do? Do you have a card that can destroy all our artifacts? There is something like that in the standard meta. We do have Disallow in hand, though, to stop that. So we only need to use 1 Ethereum cell, And when we do, we make actually 2 next turn, which means we go to 8 anyway. So we should be able to win this turn. Thanks for calling old. I'm not saying you're old. I'm just saying that's an old movie. Oh, man. I love Van Wilder, but I don't quote Van Wilder all the time. You know what I'm saying? Some people won't get that. Release the Gremlins. Yeah, but there's also the X in red, which is just destroy X amount of artifacts. Demolish. Yeah. No one ever has it main board. Come on, opponent. I'm gonna say, you still there? Sad face. Why don't you quote Van Wilder? Write that down. Oh man, I love that joke, Van Wilder joke. Off-quoted Cheers earlier. I feel old. It's a joke from when I made Hexproof came out. It's like Shroud, but better. So it's Drill Shroud. Yeah. Alright, opponent. You still there? I'm going to give you 40 seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. Excuse me. Yawning. It was a late night of painting last night. Or getting ready to paint. Painting is today. Goodness. Come on! Oh man. Drill Shot aka Hexproof. I missed the last drill. Terran seems like he's gonna eat a lot this Christmas. I'll try not to. Put Marionette Master on the battlefield while he's gone. Give him 11 minutes. He's on that opponent scoop and time strat. Opponent auto scoop. I feel like opponent should scoop here. I feel like that's probably the answer here, honestly, because we win on the upkeep. I'm gonna say we're gonna concede here and just call it a day, guys. We did get an Ethereum Cell win, which is awesome. We do have Disallow in our hand, so anything they shoot our way, we would still be able to do an Ethereum Cell win. So, Mechanized Production did win. That's awesome. Card is so small. Yeah, that's what happens when they go all the way on the sides like that. Oh wow, $2 donation Gizmo thing. Thank you. Happy holidays, Terran. See you next week. See ya next week for Fan Week. It's gonna be awesome. Being a tool bag. Opponent is using the scoop because they're the lame strat. Oh man, I appreciate you guys. All right, I'm going to concede here. Oh man, thank you for submitting the fan deck. Very much. Again, next week will be fan week, so all the decks for these streams next week will be fan decks while I do editing to catch up for the next week. For the new year, super excited about everything, guys. Like the video, of course, if you liked it. There was only one tool allowed in the stream. Oh, tool bag. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, happy Thanksgiving. I almost said happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas. Have a happy New Year if I don't see you next week. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye.